steps up. Ricketts is at the high point. Jones. Aromaterio has a lane. Nicholas Aromaterio, the shot. Scores! Holy jumping! The Italian stallion puts the puck in the back of the net. Mamma mia, Nicholas Aromaterio! So to keep it in and does. Callum Jones for Potts. At the blue line, kept in by the skate of Thomas Maya. Maya. Down low on the half course, he swings out in the slot for Potts. Kyle Potts has it, hangs on, now he shoots, scores! Holy jumping! How do you do? Kyle Potts puts the puck in the back of the net. Flames block that shot, and coming the other way is Alton McDermott. He's in on the breakaway, scores! Holy jumping! His grandfather, Paul Henderson, must be ecstatic about that one because Alton McDermott just scored his first career Buckland Cup final playoff goal. Has been pulled. The Dukes are in the Oakville zone. Zone salvage. Swung that around. The Blades are trying to tie this puck up. It goes into the corner. The Blades have a chance to get this out. Lions will tie it up. 10 seconds. Gilmore has it at the point. It's in. Tips. Just wide. 7 seconds. It's back in the corner. Ewing's back in. 3, 2, 1. The Oakville Blades. Holy jumping. Blades win. Blades win. Blades win. The Oakville Blades are Buckland Cup champions.
You're watching and listening to Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk with Nicholas Fiore. Welcome back, everybody, to episode number 45 of Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the host of the show and play-by-play broadcaster of the Oakville Blades in the Ontario Junior Hockey League. And I'm live on location at the Bottom Line, downtown Toronto on 22 Front Street, Toronto's classiest sports bar, best chicken wings in the city. And I'm currently with owner of the Bottom Line, former NHL player and of many leagues in the NHL, in the hockey world, I should say, Wayne Cowley. As you don't know, or as you do know, obviously the partnership at the Bottom Line and Wayne, the official sponsor of Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk, the first one since being created about a year or so ago. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate yourself, Wayne, coming on. Great restaurant, great vibe here in the city, right beside the Hockey Hall of Fame. But I do appreciate all this and for this episode.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate everything you're doing for us. When you brought this forum to me, I thought, what a great fit. You know, you with the Blades, me a former Blade. I've been very fortunate in my career and blessed with things that have come my way. And I thought, what a great opportunity for us to work together and to promote great games that Toronto has to offer.
Absolutely, and obviously, bringing up the Oakville Blades, we didn't even know what it was going on, really. And we were talking on the phone, one of the very first few phone calls, and Wayne playing for the Oakville Blades in the last year of your junior A career. You played with Streetsville, you played with Georgetown as well when it was called the COJHL. So Oakville Blades alum, current Oakville Blades play-by-play. Hopefully we'll get you out to a game when the season starts, starting October 1st. We're in Burlington, folks, the Oakville Blades in the first season back. Well, listen, Wayne, obviously, I want to touch upon yourself and obviously what we're both doing, but my show's focused on, who I'm speaking with, who I'm speaking to, and bringing that out. So I don't know if you like talking about yourself a little bit, but if you do, then we're good to go. We're on the right path. Obviously, played one game in the NHL, and people were like, "Wow, only one game," And I've had a few other former NHL players that haven't played too much, but it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, you're there. You had the opportunity. You're in the show. With the Edmonton Oilers in the 93-94 season. How surreal was that? Was it really that dream? Like, I made the NHL. I don't care if it's 1 minute, 13 years, or one game. It's just you were there and you played.
Well, it's when you're a young kid, you put on the Blades and your dream. Everyone's, I'm going to play in the NHL. I'm going to play in the NHL. No one ever says how many games you're going to play. Right? The dream is, hey, I want to play 1,000 games, or I want to play 900 games. in the NHL. The dream is to play.
Yeah.
And I look back at my career and I look back at so many forks in the road, like leaving Georgetown to go to Oakville. It was a huge decision made by myself and my parents. I was just a young guy then. And, talking to Oakville, they said, what is your dreams? And I said, I just want to play hockey.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we can offer you a pathway to the United States. Well, I'd never heard that before in Georgetown. Not that they couldn't have done it or it could have happened, but they pretty well guaranteed it, and they lived up to everything they said. That being said, that opened the door for everything I have right now. Like every hurdle that every player goes through, and I know you're the voice of the Blades now, you're going to have to talk to those young guys and say, the hurdle this year is to get on the ice. Then the hurdle is to get to another level, every level there's a step. And so many, like when I reflect on playing in Oakville, I was not the best goalie in Central Junior B that year, but somehow I went the farthest. So then you start to ask the question, right? Like I took Craig Burnett's job, who was in Oakville. He went to Burlington because I came to Oakville.
Wow.
He went on a U.S. scholarship too.
Yeah.
He still teaches with kids. He works hockey camps with kids in the U.S. Great guy. We became friends, but I affected his path by bumping him in Oakville. But then he fought through it. You know what I mean? So to answer your question about playing in the NHL, I have so many friends that were better goaltenders, better players than me. They didn't play any. I was never a first round pick. I didn't get drafted.
Yeah.
Right? So how did it happen? Right? And it was perseverance. It was my good family that I had, and like every door that closed, one opened.
Yeah.
And I took it's not like no one opened it.
Yeah.
It just got open, and then you went through the door. And like I say to my kids now, I can open the door, but I can't walk you through the door. And I think the European background in me, that's what they taught me. Work hard, doors will open, take advantage of the open door.
Well, I know with the Oakville Blades, we use a hashtag, work hard, stay humble. Right?
Exactly.
So work hard, stay humble, right? That door's opening, you're gonna work hard to get it, but make sure you maybe stay humble as well, and be appreciative of the opportunities.
And
right?
don't let it close. Put your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Right? Put your foot to keep it open and push through it. And if you have that in you, and if that's what you want to do, like playing that one game in the NHL, like it was my dream. It answered all questions. So I was asked to go to Lillehammer.
Yeah.
And decided to go to Edmonton instead. Wow. So like there were two, all of a sudden out of nowhere I became this commodity, which, 3 years I was in Calgary and signed as a big prospect, but Mike Vernon was there and Rick Wamsey was there. There's nowhere to go. So we started piling goalies like Trevor Kidd, Jason Mazzotti, Steve Gannett, Warren Sharpless. Like we had Doug Danzo, we had 6 goalies sitting there waiting to back up Mike Vernon, who played 70 out of 80 games.
Did you ever regret missing the Wayne Gretzky era, or what?
No, I was very lucky. With Calgary, my rookie year, we won the cup.
Yeah.
So I got to experience that, be a part of Calgary, be a part of the system. Doug Gilmore, a Burlington resident now, him and I are really close, Rick Natras. So the friends that I made back in Calgary were, we were called the budget Oilers when I went to. Everybody was gone but Buck Berger and McDack.
Yeah.
And Billy Ranford had to leave and come back.
Oh my God. Hey Dougie, if you're watching, you gotta come on the show. We'll get him on your show.
We'll get him.
That's it, Dougie. You're coming on. No, it's just crazy to see so many different paths. I mean, playing in the AHL, ECHL, MLH, UHL, IHL, so many different leagues and so many opportunities. The connections that you made must have been galore, and so many, because you're in so many leagues with and playing professionally in so many different levels. You probably have connections and people that you've played with, still to this day.
It's a great, the hockey community, the hockey network is huge.
Yeah.
But again, playing so long, that's why when I first retired from pro hockey, playing in Newcastle, I hung it up, and then I made a few comebacks. I made a comeback with the Leafs, made a comeback in the AHL, in my 40s. But people, it was that connection, you know what I mean? And to this day, so then I retire, I go to work for an airline for a couple of years, but I miss Toronto, and I miss the connection. So what do? Everyone wants to be involved in pro hockey, but there's not jobs for everybody. And my reputation, I'm just going to put that out there, my reputation, putting me with the kids and all that, that's probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
So what do? I buy a bar. Well, why do I buy a bar, and where do I buy a bar? Next to the Hockey Hall of Fame, right across the street from where the Leafs play. So every day in here, you never know who walks through the door. Like yesterday, Greg Walters walks through the door. Pat Flatley, he walked through the door on Monday. Like, you never know who's going to walk through the door, and they just show up. They ask for Wayne, they know I'm here. And game night is just like a free-for-all.
Well, they know you're here. You probably have a bed in the back. You probably live here, right? Your second home.
Restaurant business.
That's it, restaurant business. And we're gonna touch upon obviously being here at the bottom line a little bit later on. But I want to talk about the junior A, obviously with my connection being in junior hockey now, and yourself obviously being on the same team as me back in the day. If that hopefully that doesn't make
We're not going to put the date.
Yeah, we won't put the year. I have it written down. We won't put the year. No, but did junior hockey set you up for NCAA with Colgate University? And then did you think NCAA set you up for the pro ranks?
100%. Like, I was with Streetsville originally in junior, and then I went to Georgetown. And not to talk bad about Georgetown, I just don't think they were committed at that time. The organization was more local kids, all about the town and everything. I loved my time in Georgetown. It's where I got to play first as a starter in the junior ranks.
The opportunity was there.
And it led to Oakville, which when I went to Oakville, it was a very different organization. They were on about next year. They were dealing about with Oakville, but they were talking about making you a better person and opening up doors.
On and off the ice.
And that's what Murray Walker did and Ken Moody did for me in Oakville. Just solid people. Ken said, when Ken approached me to leave Georgetown to come there, he said, Wayne, I'll get you to the U.S. He went to Colgate. Where did I go? Colgate. He personally drove me there.
Amazing.
And then he threatened to kill me because we were supposed to leave. I had a game in Barrie the next day after my recruiting trip. And I was at my Colgate because I was having such a good time meeting all the players and the guys and the campus.
Yeah.
When I finally reconnected with Ken, we hopped in the car and drove 6 hours to play Barrie. He said, you better not lose.
you better not.
I looked at him across the car and I went, I'm not going to lose.
Did you lose?
I didn't lose.
There you go. W's only.
Kenny didn't let me lose. So.
There was zero opportunity for that to happen after partying at Colgate University.
Exactly.
But whatever you were doing.
But I think so I was very lucky with the organizations that I went to. And then I go to Calgary. And I get Calgary and I get, I get Cliff Fletcher, but I get our coach, but I get Glenn Hall as the goalie coach.
Yeah.
And he understood who I was. He understood what I was about. We had meetings. One time I offended him, and I said, Glenn, you don't understand that what I'm trying to tell you is, why can't they just leave me alone and let me stop the puck? And he went, oh, I thought you wanted me to leave you alone.
Yeah.
And I said, no, right? And like Terry Crisp, he got who I was. Like, he was our head coach. He understood who I was. Then I went to the minors, and that coach didn't understand me, didn't get me. And then there was a disconnect. And there was we went to the finals my first year there, but not the success. Everywhere I went, I won. Yeah. But the coach had that, like, I won in Cape Breton when I was signed with the Oilers. I won the American League Calder Cup.
AHL.
The coach challenged me. I challenged the coach, which I probably shouldn't have did, but he re-challenged me. And we limped into the playoffs, got the last spot. We went 14-0-2 in playoffs. Like,
Calder Cup champions.
Unheard of in 1993. We shouldn't even made the playoffs.
Wow.
And he trusted me, George Burnett. He's now the coach. I think he's still in Guelph. He's been in the OHL forever. I think he's with Guelph still. And he said, kid, I'm going to give you the ball. Run with it, but I'm not scared to take the ball away. And there was an altercation between me and George. I should have technically never played again. I overstepped some boundaries, and I realized after it was done, he could have ended my career there, but instead of ending my career, he challenged me, and by challenging me, I answered the bell.
That's all it is, right? About taking those opportunities, even when you maybe push the limit or envelope sometimes. Take those opportunities and run with it.
Yeah, I realized the mistake I made, and suck it up instead of, you know, it was unbelievable.
Absolutely. Not a lot of hockey players play in different countries. You know, they come from different countries, but they don't normally go back, especially when you're in North America, like Canada or USA. Blackburn, Sheffield, Newcastle, playing in England, playing in the UK. How different is it overall there compared to North America? Is it literally that football, soccer atmosphere in the stands?
You know, I played in a lot of countries. You know, when I left Calgary, there I am dressing for a Stanley Cup playoffs with Calgary as their third goalie, and then I dressed one game for them as a backup, but I didn't play, right? So I never played for Calgary. But I went from there to a team that had 100 fans. Like, it was unheard of to do, but I didn't have a job to go to. So Donnie, me and my agent said, "I'm going to send you here." Like, I thought my career was over. I'm one of the only players actually to go to Europe and then come back at that time. Usually it was, you were put out to pasture and it was over, right?
Wow.
And you were a third line, you were like a backup goalie, you're going there and your career's over. I went there, I came back. I played 4 more years here, and then I went back. I knew when I got there it wasn't time. So then I came back, and then it was weird, my parents are British, so I was able to get my European passport. So I was in my 30s, my career was winding down here, and I still had a couple years left, but an opportunity came again to go to Europe. And I took it, I seized the opportunity. I had a knee injury in Milwaukee with Edmonton my last year, and I needed rehabilitation. I thought, what a great way to do it. Went there, contemplated coming back, won the championship there in Sheffield. We won the Triple Crown there. One of the best moments of my career there. And then I stayed. I went there. I ended up in Germany with a rock band, the Scorpions, on our team. Like, it was totally different. The fans stand the whole game. There's no seats.
Wow.
There's 3 walls in some of the rinks, or no walls. You play outside, different rules. But like, I got to play a kids game well into my 30s, and just got to see the world, which I never would have seen. Like, I went to play in Czechoslovakia, Poland, Switzerland, Germany, England. Like, these are big. And again, we started this conversation with my connections. All those fans still come here.
Amazing.
From all over the world. You'll see them in here. Like, this is where we connect and we just talk.
And he means here. He means the bottom line here in downtown Toronto, right beside really the Hockey Hall of Fame. If it's not attached, it probably should be or could be, because it's pretty darn close.
We are the official restaurant of the Hockey Hall of Fame, and we sponsor them. We take care of their kids and take care of them just like they take care of us.
Absolutely. Listen, championships don't come always. Don't come often. You've had, a BHL champion, as you said, with Sheffield, Calder Cup, obviously, with Cape Breton. You won some medals too. You won some bronze medals in for internationally. How cool was that to win a medal on an international stage rather than just obviously club teams?
Well, it's always awesome when you can represent your country. You think of it, there's only 20 players at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's such a proud moment for you. I played against Czechoslovakia for Canada and was asked to go to Lillehammer with Tom Rennie, and I didn't go, which I fulfilled my other dream of playing in Edmonton. It's a toss-up, but it's awesome. Then later on in life, I'm capped for England, for my parents' country, which was, I played in the Pool B World Championships. I tried to get Great Britain qualified for Salt Lake City. Being capped for my parents' country, what an honor it had. Then I come back and I play senior for Canada, and I win a bronze in Belarus. So later in life, you know what I mean? It always brings you back again, playing a kid's game, enjoying, putting on those skates when I was 4 at St. Mike's, putting on those skates to this day at 56. I play for the Leaf alumni, I play for the NHL alumni. I have a game coming up in in Dresden, Ontario, with the NHL alumni. It's coming up in March, once this COVID thing kind of passes, and we're allowed to get back. So, and we're very competitive. We've never lost.
I can imagine.
I've never lost. I've never lost as an alumni. And I can say, I've lost all over the place. I've never lost as an alumni.
Undefeated.
Undefeated
as an alumni game player in a game. Actually, I was asked to be PA announcer for one of the latest alumni games that was happening in Oakville at the 60 Mile Sports Complex, literally the weekend that COVID hit last year. So hopefully I get these opportunities. Obviously, shout out to Kerry Goulet and Val Silva from For the Express Podcast and Gooch Life Productions for obviously, setting this relationship, partnership up here, of course. Listen, Wayne, after sports, after professional hockey, sometimes life can go in many directions. And obviously you found it, eventually here with the Bottom Line downtown Toronto and with the Hockey Hall of Fame and all these connections and having such a great environment here. Was it difficult though to find the life after hockey road, or was it all really? It was pretty narrow. You had a clear vision and you saw the end of the tunnel type of thing.
Well, I'm from an era where, when I was ending up, the money wasn't there yet, right? So big money wasn't there. So we all had, we're almost like firemen, and we have side jobs, right? So you go play, you come back, and all your friends are like, Wayne's a pro hockey player, Wayne's a pro. But they don't realize that we have to go live somewhere else for 9 months, pay rent, move your old family and go.
Yeah.
So you always had to look at where you're going. Towards the end of my career, I'd hear the heckling, hey, let the young guys play, old timer, and I didn't want to be one of those guys. So I was very fortunate that I left with 1 year left on my contract in Newcastle. I retired on my terms. I didn't retire on anyone, but I went right into another job, and I found a good home at that job, but it wasn't the right job. And people ask me questions about my life and, did it end up the way you wanted? I didn't miss the game as much as I missed the people, the fans. And by transitioning into this world that I'm in still now, it's 18 years, I've owned the Bottom Line, that I found my niche. I still love to get up every day and come to work, and people don't understand. I'm here every day. But it's because I get to talk sports, I get to talk hockey, I get to see people, like this. Like these guys that paved the way for me.
Amazing.
And I get to talk to my idols that come in here like Davey Keon, Doug Gilmore. Like I get to talk and see these people and touch them, and we're on the same level. I get to talk to the current players, right? Or the players that are coming way behind.
Yeah.
Like parents bring their kids in here, we talk a few stories. I couldn't have found a better fit. And hockey allowed me, I think it was Oakville, to tell you the truth, Colgate, where I went to school, and my parents that got me to understand that the path and continue the path.
Amazing. It's amazing to see that, because a lot of hockey players, they don't know what to do after, and sometimes they lose their mind and all that. But obviously you found basically a home here, right? For 18 years now, as you mentioned, and the Bottom Line is a place that people want to come and want to enjoy their time, and obviously you want to continue to come here and day in and night out. Just keep on coming. How did COVID affect the Bottom Line in any sort of aspect, or for the most part? Because I know a lot of businesses, especially downtown Toronto. How has COVID, if any, affected the Bottom Line?
Well, tremendously. We closed in March, right before a Leaf game, right? We're all getting ready for a Leaf game, and it gets canceled. Yeah. We closed that day, and we don't open until July. And then we closed again in the end of October, beginning of November. And we just reopened a couple weeks ago. So we went from, I think it was 43 employees at one time. We're right now sitting at 7.
Wow.
We went from, 200,000 to 300,000 a month to like 20. Right? It's a long road back, but we have to look at it. You look, at hockey, and you look at sports. We have our health, we have our friends, right? And we can rebuild it. You know what I mean? And with the help of everybody, we're going to everyone has been affected by COVID, not just restaurants, sports teams. You look at airline, like so many. But at the end of the day, you look at we're still here. We did lose some really good people from COVID and from the effects of it. But, you know, I'm counting my lucky stars. I'm still here. I'm still up and fighting. My partner calls me a prize fighter. He goes, you go to work every day, you take a lot of licks, you don't win a lot, but you get up every day and you come to work.
But you win the alumni games.
Exactly.
I'm listening.
Guaranteed.
That's a guarantee. Listen, Wayne, we got a Mamma Mia hat for you here. That's for you. We got a T-shirt there for you as well. Hopefully, you know, for yourself. Yeah, it doesn't look more sharp than that. Hockey Hall of Fame's pretty good, but that's not bad either.
That's a dream.
That's the dream.
I pay $20 that I get it.
There you go. Listen, Wayne. I appreciate this very much. I've been looking for, you know, a sponsor like in this nature since I started last June. It's just about over a year now, and I can see everything that's going to hopefully go well between this and just between all of this in general. So I really appreciate yourself, the bottom line, coming on, doing this. We're going to do a lot more, hopefully, in person as well. But it means the world, and I appreciate you coming on. Episode number 45.
Thank you so much, my friend. I'm looking forward to introducing you all my friends, and we'll get them on the show.
And Dougie.
And we'll get Dougie.
Everyone, we're at the bottom line here at 22 Front Street, downtown Toronto, Ontario, Canada, because I got some viewers in other countries. Listen, I appreciate everybody's support. Merchandise is for sale, hats, long sleeves, t-shirts, hoodies. We got so many cool guests coming up. Just had Toast St. Ricketts, Canadian national player and Vancouver Whitecaps player for soccer. We got basketball, soccer, hockey, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow the bottom line. Follow Nicholas Fiore. Follow Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk. So much things are happening. Instagram lives are coming. Hopefully the next one is with a current NHL player. So let's hope and pray that comes to fruition. Here live at the bottom line, I'm Nicholas Fiore. Stay safe. Episode 45 complete. And Mamma Mia.
Now Davis takes it and looks to come the other way. Davis is in, trying to drive, and he will look to go across. Good play to Davis, though, to get it right back to him. He goes down low to Israel's. Centering, it's there! Score! Stevie! Steven Whittle scores his first OJHL playoff goal for the Oakville Flames. This game is opening up in a big way for both teams. Ricketts centering, what a pass, Israel's breakaway, the move, scores! What a goal for the Alaska Fairbanks commit, the assistant captain, Harrison Israels, with an absolute dandy. Down low to Lyons, Jack Lyons centering, scores! The double jacks combine as that puck popped up like a jack in a box, and it's Jack Ricketts from Jack Lyons. 6-1 on the 40th shot of the game. It's all Oakville.
Willett Smith hits it in. A chance here can develop, but the Blades will look to take it. And Ricketts finds Israel's. Breakaway, Israel's. A chance, backhand. Rebound. Scores! And the Oakville Blades win it here in Toronto. Blades win, Blades win, Blades win!
That was Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk with Nicholas Fiore. Thank you for watching and listening, and stay tuned for the next episode.